Hey guys, and welcome back to another video of mine, the first video of which I've made in probably, I don't know, a month or two. It's been a long time, and there are reasons for why, and I won't bore you with them, because some of them honestly are excuses. Some of them are legitimate, don't get me wrong, but most of it is basically pure laziness. So really sorry about that. But I'm back. Well, I'm not going to give you any promises. I'm going to try and be back now to make content for you. I have this video and another video lined up to make as we speak. So I think that's off to a pretty good start. And as you can see, we're in The Sims 4 right now doing a speed build. This house is very special to me, and I'm sure you can tell by the thumbnail why, but I'll go ahead and explain. This speed build is very special to me because this is the house that I have pictured me and my future family living in together. It's very big and a little bit on the transitional side as far as style goes, which is my style. I've cleared that up before. And I just think it is just super duper cute, and it came out exactly how I wanted it. And I'm really excited to kind of share that with you guys. This house started off really well. It ends up really well too. I just have a bit of issue, and you can see a bit of one of my issues right now, and that is figuring out where the upper floor plan and how that's gonna work. I don't know what I was trying to go for here, but it's not what I had envisioned in the first place, and I do change it up quite a bit. I try and put too many rooms upstairs for whatever reason, and in the end I still put too many rooms in. I've made a master bedroom, 3 bedrooms for children, and a guest bedroom, but I also had another bedroom or another room upstairs that I had to do something with. I just made too many rooms upstairs. I ended up making it into a gym. You won't see that in this part of it. This build is put into 2 parts because it took me a really long time to build, and all the bits put together on 10 times speed were it was 50 minutes, and so I split that into 2 25-minute parts to kind of make it more watchable. So however much 50 minutes times 10 is, that's how long ultimately it took me to build this house. Probably more, because I'm sure I did something off camera that I thought no one wanted to see. It took me a long time, basically. Probably because I added too many rooms. I like it though. I think it ends up being really nice and exactly what I'm looking for. Like I said, this has a lot of bedrooms. It has, let me count in my head, master toddler room, 2 girl rooms, a guest room, 5 bedrooms total. And there's something like 1, 2, 4, 5 bathrooms. Wow, it's a little obsessive, but I enjoy it, so I hope you do too. Ooh, there's a lot of going on right now. So sorry, I don't know what that was all about. When I'm contemplating doing something, I think this is what that was. That whole twisty around bit that kind of made me dizzy. When I don't know where to start, I kind of just look at the whole build in itself, trying to I just kind of like move the camera around, just looking at the whole thing, trying to figure out if I want to start in the living room, I think is the is the place I start off working on. But I didn't know if I wanted to work on outside first or the interior. And so, so yeah, I think that's what that was, and I apologize because it hurt my eyes. So I'm sure it did yours too. With this speed build also, if you want to hear about more technological issues, like I said, I've been out for a really long time, and since then my computer was kind of away from me for 2 weeks. It was like being fixed by my fiance's like computer guy, and I don't know if him doing that messed with some of my settings while he was like fixing it. There was something wrong with my motherboard or something. I don't remember exactly. I'm not very techy. But there was something wrong with my computer, and I brought it back. And there are a few features that I noticed were changed, and I think it might have something to do with that. But for my exterior mic that I'm using to use right now, it wasn't loud enough at all. Like, I had sat down and recorded this exact episode already today. It's 25 minutes of me talking to myself, and I go back and listen to it, and it's extremely quiet. I usually check my mic before anything, really. I don't know why I didn't this time, but I didn't, and so I came back to listen to it, and you could barely hear me, no matter how much I enhanced the audio of it. It was just not working, and it was my like exterior microphone, and so I was like panicking. I was like really fed up. So I texted my fiance just now, and I was like, it's not working. I don't know what's wrong with it. My speakers are fine. Blah blah blah. Just really upset, and he told me to go into the properties of the microphone and see if there's something I could do there. And so I changed the levels of the sound quite a bit, and I played with it quite a bit. And I don't think it's perfect right now, but I think it's as good as I can get it at the moment. And honestly, I really don't want to record this a second time. However, I wanted to put something up today. And so I'm really kind of pushing through for you guys, because I really wanted to finish this video and put something out there, because it's been a really long time, and I have the time, and like I said, I just really wanted to get something out today. So here I am recording it and hoping it sounds okay. I've done a little bit of testing of kind of like tinkering around with the sound, and I think it sounds okay. If I get to the end of this video and I listen to it and I just can't handle it, I'll probably just wait until my fiance's not home. I don't like him home when I'm recording because I'm just very nervous for him to hear me talk to myself. I'm not quite ready for people to hear me quite yet. So, so when he comes home, if it's not fixed by then, I'll have him look at it, and hopefully this will be up Sunday, May 29th, I think is the day that I'm hoping this goes up. 28th, excuse me. Okay. Oh, and I'm jumping into the kitchen here. Right now, I was trying to go with this darker wood countertop that I really, really like the color of. However, I wanted the wood to match the countertops, and I just wasn't finding anything that I just really liked. So as you can see, I changed it back to this lighter wood, and that's what I end up going with in the end. And I really appreciate the choice that I made. I think it looks nicer, and I go with a much, much lighter, even more like state-of-the-art modern countertops, and you'll see those here in a little bit. I'm gonna work on the living room and dining room before I head into the kitchen, I think. But right now, I am doing the living room. I was going to go for this really big TV because we currently have one hanging up on our wall right now. But I figured I could there's a basement in this build, and I end up putting a much bigger TV in the basement of the build. So I put a little bit of a smaller one in the living room. And I use a lot of my favorites. There are a lot of things that I've said are my favorites in other videos, and these couches are some of my favorites. And I go with this it looks suede to me almost, a suede couch in that gray. And I wanted some kind of accent chair, and I go with one from Get Together, the expansion pack. And I go with this yellow one at first. I do take it back and I make it white in the end because there's going to be yellow in the carpet that I end up using. And I didn't want it to be too much in your face yellow. So I do change it, and putting some mirrors on the wall. Let's see. Yeah. With the two-tone mirrors, just for a little bit of diversity, I guess. And adding, I thought, kind of that yellowish tone in that painting right there, I thought that was enough as well. I think that yellow rug, with the yellow in that rug, it turned out a lot better. And I had to use the giraffe lamp in my, in my build, my dream home build because giraffes are my favorite animal, and I had to incorporate them in a classy way, not in some kind of I think animal print can be very tacky if you don't use it correctly, and I don't feel like I would know how to use it correctly. So for me, I go very very simple with it, with just the one chic giraffe lamp. And right now I'm working on the playroom that's sort of attached to the living room. Unfortunately, what I have put up here isn't playable. I couldn't figure out why. I'm thinking maybe it might be the pillars, but I didn't want to get rid of them. So I get rid of this dollhouse, and I put 2 of the animal chairs in here, as you can see, and when I rearranged, one of them is still unusable. I think that black bear chair is unusable for whatever reason. So sorry about that. Everything else is, I don't know what the problem was. I made a playroom in the living room because in my mind, I don't picture my kids having a ton of their toys up in their bedrooms. I kind of want to but kind of instill in them that the bedroom is for sleeping or doing something quiet, and then the playroom would be where all of their toys would be and where they would play together and not so separately, maybe, to kind of enforce social skills. I know I don't really have that well of social skills, and I want my kids to grow up differently. So yeah, I put a playroom downstairs, and what I would think would be in their bedrooms would be, stuffed animals to cuddle with maybe, and books that they could read to themselves, and a desk for their homework, things like that. Just kind of enforcing a sleeping or a very comfortable environment for them to have for themselves, and then for a play area to have between all of their siblings. And in this house, I did design it for, there's going to be a teenage girl room, a child girl's room, and then a boy or girls, it's very gender neutral, toddler room. But it's meant for a boy, for my dream house, because I don't know if you guys have ever taken, it's this test, quote unquote test. I don't know if it's real. I don't know how it could be real, but it's seemed to prove itself somehow, to me anyway. And so basically you get a ring that you wear often, and then a string of your hair, and you wrap it around the ring, and you dangle it over your hand, and you have to do something I can't remember exactly, but if it turns a certain way, it's a girl or a boy, just depending on what way it turned. But yeah, I've taken it several times, and I come up with the same results of having, in this order, girl, girl, boy, in that order. And so, yeah, and so I kind of, in my mind, have names and everything picked out for my future children, and according on which ones come in what order, and their genders. And so, I kind of made my house to fit what that test said. May or may not be true. Not sure how in any way it could be. But I did design it around that. So that's why I came up with the certain rooms that I did. And as you can see, like I said, the much lighter, more modern kitchen coming together, and I really, really enjoy it. It's actually so much bigger than any kind of kitchen I ever pictured myself in. I'm not, your average cook for whatever reason. I don't cook a lot, basically, because I'm lazy. I'm trying to be better about it, actually, because I'm on this diet, and it requires a lot more cooking than what I was doing before. But I envision me kind of stepping up when I'm a mother and kind of like cooking a lot more. So I have this huge kitchen, and I love it, and I hope to have it one day. Oops, sorry about the microphone there. Putting in some last minute designs on the kitchen. I think I add, I go back to it briefly to put a popcorn machine in it, because popcorn's fun, and I barely ever use it, so I thought maybe if I put it in to a build that I do plan on playing in, I'll actually use it. I'm going into this little quote-unquote mud room, or like back area hallway, and going into the guest, or not, just pretty much the main downstairs bathroom that guests would use and things like that. And I go for a more modern bathroom, because when I'm in a modern bathroom using like showering or anything like that, I feel a lot more clean for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just because all the nice crisp lines, and I don't know, it just makes me feel more clean using a modern bathroom. So that's why I choose it in this build. And I bring all of the same countertops, just in a lighter color, into the build. But for once in my building career, my house does not have all of the same bathrooms. Nearly all of them are the same, but the one in the master bedroom that you won't see on this episode of this house, it's slightly different. It's a different color tile. And then I think I use like the jacuzzi tub, if I'm remembering right. So yeah, I'm very proud of that. My bathrooms are not all of the same items. They're very nearly, but I'm kind of, working my way up, so you guys should be proud of me too. And I thought that little tray of like soaps and lotions and things was nice to put in there. So thanks Spa Day for pretty much doing my whole bathroom. I think I used the Spa Day game pack for most of what was in there. I'm heading into the toddler boys room, and I don't know if it's just that I've never seen them before, or if it's a recolor, because I know when we got toddlers in the base game, they did a few recolors on some of the furniture. And is that red color, is that new to those base game objects, or did that come with toddlers? Someone let me know, because I had never used it before toddlers came out. I don't know if I just hadn't noticed it before, or if it was new. So someone let me know. This is another thing that ends up not being playable. I do leave it, I think, or I can't remember if I changed it or left it. But you see that little stool in front of that chair? That's what I envisioned it being, is just something for you to put your feet on while you're reading a book to the child. And it makes that chair unplayable, obviously, for that reason. But I think I leave it just because there are a lot of other options to sit at. And I think I just left it for aesthetic reasons. But this, I think, is a very cute little bedroom for a toddler. I used a lot of move object cheat. Oh my gosh, sorry. That was a lot of extra words that came out of my mouth. I use a lot of the move on cheat for putting little knickknacks in this toddler room, as you can see right now. I'm putting like this piggy bank, and I put a lot of really cute items, I think, from the sculpture section. I put like a little airplane and a car and like a tissue box. It comes out very cute, I think, in the end. I like it anyway. And then for this room also, I made the walls very neutral. I think I go with a gray. Yeah, I think I go with a gray for this. Just because as a child you can paint their room however they want, but maybe when they're old enough to kind of pick what their room color would be, they're not going to want like blue on the wall or pink on the wall, or, you know, purple, or whatever you choose. So I went with a more neutral color, just kind of being more realistic, I think, in that way, of letting them choose when or what color they want on their wall personally. And then now, finally, I think this is the last thing I do. In this part, pretty sure I'm going on to the master bedroom. And this master bedroom actually is, it's like this, it's not like, it's, I'm pretty sure it's the smallest bedroom in the house. Maybe the little nursery across from them could possibly be smaller. But compared to like the other rooms, this one is definitely has the smallest like surface area on the floor. I don't mind that though, because in my real life I'm not really in my master bedroom as much as I am at my computer desk, or in the living room hanging out, or in the kitchen making food. So I spend pretty much more of my time everywhere else other than my bedroom. So I really don't mind that it's smaller. Plus, children's room, I found myself as a child using my bedroom a lot more, especially, you know, in my teen years. So yeah, so I made their rooms bigger and the master bedroom smaller, and I think that's okay. I think I'm getting pretty close to the end here now. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave this part here. But if you guys like this video, please subscribe to the channel or like the video. And I'll see you guys in the next part with all of the screenshots. See you later. Bye!